Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ask the Expert, hosted by my co-host, Teresa Ream, and myself, Patty Farmer. And we are looking forward to sharing another expert with you. And we want to encourage you to make sure that you connect with her after the show and to take action in your business on the expertise that she's going to share. She's going to share some lovely tips and some lovely knowledge with you. And it's not just about listening to an interview, it's what are you going to take away? And we would love it that when we post the video, that if you have any questions for her, post them in the comments. She'll come back and answer them. And if you have any takeaways, like something really stuck with you, brought something up, inspired you, or motivated you to take an action, we'd love to celebrate with you on that too. So make sure you do that. And Teresa, tell us a little bit about our guest.
Thank you, Patty. Today, we will be talking about managing multiple businesses with the lovely Laird Staszewski. Linda is a retired industrial engineer. She attended evening classes for over 9 years to earn her master's degree in professional leadership and organizational development. Linda is also a vision board guru, multi-business owner, best-selling author, and creativity coach. At age 66, Linda launched Escape to Create workshops, which includes vision board, craft workshops, and motivational webinars. Linda is also the founder of DIY craft kits, subscriptions, and the Queen's Comfort boxes, which can be personalized to the person receiving the box. Linda is results-oriented, and she mentors numerous women, providing support, direction, and goal achievement. She belongs to several women's organizations and continues to grow and is an advocate of lifelong learning. Linda is a curator and author of a powerful anthology, 20 Lives Ignited, How 20 Women Over 60 Are Creating Success on Their Own Terms. Each of the 20 authors tells her story of how she overcame obstacles and is courageously sharing and setting the world on fire, all to inspire women. 20 Lives Ignited hit the #1 Amazon bestseller list on June 30th, 2022. Linda bravely took on the challenge to bring the book to life while patiently organizing and coaching 20 women to give birth to their stories and become best-selling authors. Her mission is to be an inspiration and motivate women of all ages, especially women over the age of 60. Welcome, lovely Linda.
Thank you so much for having me on here. You have no idea how very grateful and thrilled I am.
Oh, well, we're just really excited to share you. I feel like you're such a gem, and I know that you're a blessing in my life. And so I just really am so excited that we get to share you with the rest of the people that we know. And, I have to say that before we jump into the questions, I have to say that the book is such an inspiration. I have just loved being able to see all the different ways the authors have been creative in sharing it with their audiences. I mean, I am so enjoying Teresa's top 20 countdown leading to it. I've just really loved it. And the takeaways that she is giving in each one, I mean, every single one of them makes you want to read the book in itself. So I got to give you kudos to that, Teresa, for doing that and taking the time to do that. But I have to tell you, Linda, all the things that you do, how you do them all, it's like, what do they say? If you want something done, ask a busy woman, right? Because she'll get those done. So let's just jump in. I know our audience, after hearing all that, just can't wait to kind of digest and take in all your goodness. So Teresa, you can go ahead and start with the questions. I'll let you go first.
Thank you. Linda, what is the #1 thing that differentiates you from others in your industry?
That I focus on women over 60, because I've made myself an aging advocate also recently. I thought, I feel so strongly about this that people think, well, you're 60, it's all over. You've only just begun. So that's, I think, what definitely differentiates us from all the others.
I really love that, because I feel like a lot of times people don't realize that, when you are younger, it's a different season in your life, but it's also a season that a lot of women especially are balancing, having children and finding their life partner. And then, when they get into their 30s and 40s, they're kind of really coming into what it is that they want to do. But I have to tell you, I think when women hit their 60s, they've kind of nailed it. They know exactly what they want. They're going into a new season in their life, and it's where they want to give back. Right now, they've acquired all this knowledge, and now they want to share and inspire other people to have a full life. So I think this season is a beautiful season, and I love that you're such an advocate for that.
It is amazing. The building stage comes in the early part of our lives where we're building our businesses, our families, ourselves actually. And, to arrive at 60, we can kind of put it on cruise control, like many teachers in my life right now that are saying that you have mastery at a certain point, and that sometimes it just flows out of you. Yes. And that's the great thing about being in the 60s.
And also that becomes a time that, because you have mastered those when you're sharing, it's also about creating legacy, right? This is the time where we start thinking about, maybe I'm not going to be here forever, probably thinking about it more than we ever have. What is it that I want people to think, feel, know? What do I want to leave behind? And so legacy becomes so important. So I really love that, which leads to my question, which is, and I'm sure you have so many, but what is, one or two of the best compliments you've ever received from a client or a customer?
Well, the best compliments or comments I've received from customers, that's a tough one, but several have said, "You've changed my life. You've made me think, you propelled me ahead." And that means so much to me because that's my goal. And others have said they attribute their success or attaining their goals, such as opening stores and shops and whatever it is, and they attribute to me and the vision boards. And I say, well, it's really, the secret is that you did it. You overcame your fears, you overcame the obstacles, and you did it because you were focused, you kept with the vision, and you were persistent. So it's really all what they have done.
Oh, don't you love how she got a compliment and how she's just turning that compliment
back on the people? That's a sign of a great person. That's a sign of a great person. Have you ever went to a hospital for a great person, then they're sick and they cheer you up? That's a sign of the greatness. You have such a left brain and right brain that works together. I love it. She was an engineer too, but yet she's got all the touchy-feely stuff going on too, and it melts together into this beautiful person. Yes, you are the person that comes in and extends your hand and pulls other women across the bridge.
Thank you. I thank you because that is my goal in life.
Well, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Oh my goodness. Now it's my turn. I'm getting all emotional. That happens on this show. What do you love about your business right now?
Oh my goodness. Again, I love that I'm able to help people. And Teresa is in our book, 20 Lives Ignited. She is one of our amazing authors, 20 authors. It's an anthology, which is a compilation, a collaboration of stories written by each author for her chapter. And it's under one theme, and ours is overcoming obstacles. And I'm so happy to have you. You have offered so much, and I love what you're doing with the countdown. But what I love being able to share the mission, because the mission of this book is kind of like my underlying mission with all of my businesses. I want girls and women especially over 60 to know it's never too late. You're never too old, and to never give up. Just go for it. If you don't know how, get a mentor, join women's groups, just find out what it is you can do, because you've got so much wisdom and experience at this age, and it's time to share it with others, because you're a gem, you're a gift to everyone else. So don't lose yourself, use yourself. So
I love that. That was a nugget. Don't lose yourself. Oh, that was a nugget.
That was a treatable moment.
That was, absolutely. And I have to say, one of the things that I found so inspiring about the book is I think when you're growing your business, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or, just a woman who maybe now you're retired, kicking back, whatever the case may be. When I first heard about the book, I was like, oh yes, I want to read it because I knew a lot of people in the book and because I love you and Teresa, right? And stuff. And I was like, oh, of course I'm going to read it. But in my mind, I was like, okay, when am I going to find time to read that? Because I spend a lot of time reading personal development and business development books. And I was like, oh, this isn't a business book. Where am I going to find the time? But I have to tell you, in sharing those stories, it was so inspiring, not just on a personal level, but on a business level too. I mean, I have to tell you, and then having Teresa do those takeaways, because she's not just wrote a few sentences, right? But really, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to go back and read that again. And really learning what somebody overcame to get where they are should inspire anybody. It doesn't matter whether you have a career, a job, a business, whatever the case may be. If they can do it, you can do it too, because you've probably overcome some things, right? And I hope that some people read that book and they're thinking, you know what? I didn't think that I was going to be able to overcome anything, that I'm not enough, that, or some of those things that sometimes women think. But man, I got to tell you, I would say that every time you think that, they need to get this book out. And what I want to say personally about the book is, a lot of times also entrepreneurs are like, oh, we're so busy, I don't always have time to read, I'm building my business. Here's what I love about an anthology book. And from a marketing point of view, this is a great thing about it too, is that you're always at a different area of your life at any given time. And this is going to sound funny, but I think that an anthology book is a good carry in your purse, keep it on your sofa, put it in the bathroom, whatever the case may be, because you can literally open up the book. It doesn't have to go from the beginning to the end. You can just look at the table of contents and say, you know what, today I feel like I need this. And you can just open up, read a chapter, whatever, you'll feel inspired. And then maybe next week you need to read this chapter. But because we change all the time, even after you've read every chapter, well, guess what? Next year, pull that book out again, because you're in a different place in your life and business and you can do it all again. So it's going to be a continually book to inspire you. So I have to tell you, that's what I got out of it. That's what I think of it. And I hope everybody goes and buys it.
Oh, Patty, that was perfect.
That was fabulous.
Oh, hurrah.
It's funny because I've had men approach me, just a couple, but they said, I read your book, and I was a little surprised. And I didn't say that, of course, but they said, I now have a better understanding and comprehension of what women go through.
Wow.
And he said that, I have to say, that really transformed me as a person. And that meant a lot to me, because for a male to say that and share that, and I was really grateful that he did, because it's so important.
I hadn't thought of it from that point of view, but that's true. Maybe yes. Every wife should put it in their husband's stocking this year. Yes. Just a little tip. Maybe a little bookmark in the section they want them to read. Just kidding, but I love that. So Linda, what are a few industries, we want to make sure that we serve you. We love that you came and you're serving all of our audience. We love it, but we want to serve you too. So what are a few industries that would be a good collaboration or referral partner for you? Maybe somebody that, could help you get the word out about promoting the book, or maybe somebody for you personally, for your vision board business and your boxes business. Maybe there's somebody, but is there somebody? Is there something that we can do? Like, who are industries that would benefit? And if we could do some introductions, and everybody who's listening to this may know just the right person for you. So if you could give us an idea of how we can serve you by doing that, we'd love to.
Well, you can serve me. How can you serve me? Boy, I'd say groups. Now I shoot for the moon, so don't,
that's okay.
Just bear with me. Women's groups, organizations, clubs, I join them. Book clubs, because we want them to read the book. Marketing, such as you have helped me immensely, Patty. You have with your marketing, and even our Teresa with the countdown. I just love what you've done with that. I read it with glee every day. So yes, and there'd be podcasts are the big thing now. I've got a few of those set up and ready to go. Interviews. My goal is to be on Good Morning America.
Oh, that would be perfect.
maybe Drew Barrymore, maybe Rachel Ray. I mean, I love these
Hey, shoot
people.
for the moon. That's what I say.
I am. What do you have to lose? Go for
And
it.
you never know who somebody knows, right? You just
don't
never know. I got to tell you, if somebody would have said to me that someday, Patty, you would walk across the stage and share a stage with Les Brown or share a stage with Oprah Winfrey, I would not have ever believed that's possible. But when I walked that stage with Oprah Winfrey,
Oh my God.
I never would have thought. I felt like, oh my goodness, you know, so you never know who somebody knows, right? So you just
Patty, I didn't know that about you.
Oh,
you didn't? Yes, in the International Women's Association every year, on the 100th year, so I think we're in like 106, I think, there was they have these awards, and I got nominated. I didn't know I was going to win, but I got nominated for the Global Business Strategist of the Year. And so I did win it. But when I went and looked, I was like, oh, who else has won this award? Like, I just wanted to know, were there other people? This is probably my most greatest accomplishment that I'm the most proud of in my life, which is that when I looked at it, now, obviously I won it for business, but they also had philanthropy. And when I was looking through the philanthropy, Princess Diana had won it. And I thought, I have won an award that Princess Diana
oh my
won
goodness.
too. It gives me goosebumps still. And when I got to go receive the award, Oprah won the award, obviously for philanthropy too. And so I got to walk across stage and get my award when she walked across stage and got her award. So that was probably one of the most exciting things I've ever done.
I have chills. Oprah's on my list too, of course.
Oh, actually, I know, you never know. Her book could be like one of those things that she suggests, right? That's always kind of like a really good thing too, right? You never know.
I know she'd love it.
Okay,
I know she would.
We got it to contain our goosebumps. And what is the social media platforms you are on the most?
Well, Facebook and Pinterest. And I'm just starting on Instagram, and I know I have to learn these things more. I'm very cognizant of that. And it's more of a time factor with so much going on, but I need to hone in and learn more on that.
No, but you know what? I think that sometimes I always like to say, do two and really hone them, and then add another one, and then add another one, right? You know, unless you're having somebody else do it for you, then that's a whole different strategy. But absolutely. But the ones that you're on, you're doing really well. I mean, I can't go on Facebook. I see you all over my Facebook.
Yes,
all day
and
long.
I didn't know you were on Pinterest. I have to go check you out on Pinterest.
Yes.
So there they go.
You have some examples of your dolls that you make on Pinterest?
What about them?
You have some examples of your dolls that you make. One of the things I'm most just enamored with is her dolls that she makes. They even have the veins in their hands. Look, she makes these.
Look at her hands. She's got arthritis.
There's every detail to the doll.
She's 102, so she's got wrinkles and crinkles. She has no teeth, so her mouth is sunken in. I have to study the anatomy. Her shoes, her boots are made out of clay. Each little grommet, was put in there.
Look at that.
But that's clay, and it looks like.
And she runs a multitude of businesses and has done this book thing.
Can you believe that? And she'll make dolls for you of your grandchildren, just likenesses.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So you know what, Linda?
He's crying because the Steelers lost.
Oh,
I wish I could turn my thing around and show you, but you probably don't know this about me, but I collect dolls.
Oh, you guys are the perfect match.
I collect Indian baby dolls. I'm going to send you a picture, Linda, of my whole collection of Indian baby dolls.
I would love it. I just never outgrew my love of dolls. Each little fingernail's put on. They have translucent teeth, so they look like humans. His tongue is stippled with horsehair, so it looks like taste buds. So there's just so much detail, and I love that.
Amazing.
Now, see that detail that she just told us about the dolls? That's the detail that Linda brings, in my opinion. She's that intentional, and I believe, and I can only speak for myself, that she is that intentional in every conversation I've had with her and how she serves. It's all about being intentional, and you do it across the board in every business that you have. And I just absolutely love that. So here's our last question. I can't wait to hear your answer. this is, PWN, and we are a networking organization. So what is your best networking tip?
My best, there's so many. What is my best networking tip? Well, it's a very basic one, but I'd say it's listening, eye contact, that you're actually focusing on what the person's saying. You're not just looking around, oh, really? Oh, yeah. No, you're focusing and listening, and you're building a relationship with that. And that's kind of the secret to it. And you want to know, what can I do to serve you as a person? So to me, it's basic, but it's fact.
Oh, actively listening is very, very important. That doesn't mean just waiting till they pause so that you can jump in and talk, right? So, that's a really, really great tip. Hope everybody out there wrote that down, because that was really, really a great tip.
Oh, Linda, and you know what? I even take that farther to heart, because, I met a pastor that was phenomenal, that just did things globally. And when I was in conversation with him, he made, when I walked away, I felt like $1 million. He was totally focused on me and what I was doing instead of what he was doing. And that's what you do too. You just feel so good after you leave your presence.
Oh, I feel good having known the person, having had the connection with that person. So it is mutual always, because that's what it's all about. I've got a very nurturing spirit where I want everyone to live their best life.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I always like to say, I want people to thrive, not just survive, right?
Oh, I love that. That is fabulous.
That's what we want. So thank you, Linda, for being a guest on the show and for sharing your zone of genius and your brilliance with us so generously. And to our audience, we thank you for joining us on Ask the Expert every single week. We love that. This is season 2, and we are excited about being back. And if you enjoyed today's show, don't keep us a secret. Share us with your network. And believe me, when I say your colleagues will thank you. And we have an invitation for you. So, Teresa.
Thank you, Patty. And thank you, Linda. Lovely, Linda. What a great interview. We would like to invite you to join us in our Facebook group and connect with our guest, Patty and I, and to other amazing women that are part of the Professional Women's Network of the Monterey Peninsula, known as PWN, and now includes members locally, nationally, and internationally too. Go to www.facebook.com/groups/PWN Monterey.
Yes.
Yay. So again, thank you so much, Linda. You were just a joy. I feel like our audience could feel it all the way through the video. And I really appreciate you being here with us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Teresa. I'm so honored to have been here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to my co-host, Teresa. It's always wonderful every single week sharing the screen with you, so to speak. Right? Yeah. I love it. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
And to our audience, we will see you again next week.